Do a double tap. Like a boss. Alright, so as you can see, dug the truck out. And it's starting to snow again. Had some neighborhood kids come and help me finish off the last third of the driveway here. But I just wanted to get out here when there's still some daylight. I'm gonna go and still need to dig the rest of the car out. See, it's everything I was in this trench between the truck and the car got thrown over and landed right here, so it's up to the side trim of the car. But let's go for a spin in the truck real quick. This is one of 5 roads in the neighborhood, and you can see how it's just piled up with one entry and exit lane here. So this is actually not that bad. The problem is this road right here has not been plowed or touched at all. So the neighbors down in this court, they can't go anywhere. That road hasn't been touched. And that goes down into a steep cul-de-sac. That house, zoom in there. The house right there is at the bottom of the cul-de-sac. And you can see there's probably a good 15 to 20 foot drop in that short distance. So they've got a major hill to come up. I would go down there, but I don't want to get stuck on the hill. Four-wheel drive in this truck works pretty damn well, but I know the limits. I don't want to push it. For example, you can see where I got stuck in this court almost. I had to back around, make this teardrop shape. So this is always fun. Slide around and get stuck sideways, and then it's just a matter of backing out. If I can get out. Just got myself stuck. And we're sliding sideways. There we go. Just need to get a little bit of movement going. Alright guys, that took about 4 or 5 minutes of rocking back and forth and sliding sideways and getting stuck 4 or 5 times. But look at these embankments. These are pretty heavy, man. They're a good almost 3 feet tall. This one's probably close to 3.5, 4 feet tall. Taller than my kids. So, yeah, the plow kind of gave up. I think he came through here, started clearing off a section of the road and just said, ah, screw it, and left. But you can see where I ran over the area right here in front of the mailbox, just in case the mail decides to run tomorrow. And I knocked down this corner really, really good with the truck earlier. But the other side of the neighborhood is actually not that bad. Slipping and sliding a little bit. Now there's a steep hill coming up. I want to see if I can make my way down it. I'm not sure if I want to venture too far into the steepness. Oh wow, I can actually see the road here. They've done a good job clearing this section. I mean, they pretty much have to. This is the steepest hill in the neighborhood. This side does not look that bad. I think they kind of gave up on our end of the neighborhood. Let's take a look, see. Oh yeah, they cleared this nice and wide. Fit 2 cars now through here. Looks like somebody started sliding. It's really easy to drive on the packed snow. It's when it ices over that's impossible to pass. Get around. But the bottom of the neighborhood here fans out. Oop, bump. You got a court to your left and a court to your right. Court to our right's a little bit shorter of a distance, so we're gonna go right. And yeah, they did a good job plowing this section of the neighborhood. It's just up by us. They gave up in that court and they completely abandoned that one court down to the right. That's a pretty steep hill. I can probably see why they didn't. But at least they could have done is plow out that one. that one section. So you can see they plowed right up to these folks' home. That's nice. Came in through here and stopped. Back out. When I was a kid, I loved winter. When I first started driving, first thing I did is I taught myself how to counter steer and steer into a skid. And, you know, your back end comes around to the right. You want to steer your wheels to the right, tame that back end, and get it to come around. All right, let's see if we can get up the hill here. It's not that steep. It's one of the steepest hills in the neighborhood for the length of it. But yeah, this is gonna be no problem for me. The problem is cars that don't have four-wheel drive, and if this slushes up and ice is over, it's almost better not to treat this stuff. Scrape it down as deep as you can get it, but it's almost worse to get down to the pavement, because any type of sun hits this, it's gonna freeze, and then at night, thaw out, and then at night it's gonna freeze back up. So all this slush is gonna become like super thick ice. So it's almost better to have a nice soft packed snow road to drive on. And I've been down to the other side of the neighborhood. Now there's a second entrance to the neighborhood here that they did not open up. They didn't plow into. You see the snow on the road here has gotten a lot thicker. But right here to the right, there's an entrance right here that goes down to that stop sign. It's just not been plowed at all. It's almost 1.5 feet of snow there. Alright guys, that's it. Pretty much a small tour of the neighborhood. And again, if you have to be out in this stuff, drive careful. If you don't know how to drive in snow, don't. I've been driving in snow since I was 15. I've always thoroughly enjoyed the first time snow hits the ground. I'm out in the car, going to parking lots and practicing drifting and doing donuts and stuff, just having fun. Pretty much, like I said, since I learned how to drive. So looks like we got a neighbor here who's got a tractor. Who's been kind enough to come in and clear stuff out for folks. It looks like somebody who owns a Jeep got a little ahead of themselves here. Now they're trying to dig themselves out. There's a trench or a ditch that runs on each side of everyone's driveway, and it looks like he backed into it and just managed to get himself stuck. Alright, so there's the ruts that I plowed out for the male person should they come tomorrow. That rut is probably about 1 foot deep. And you can see I notched it out just so they can drive right up to the mailbox. I'll probably notch it out again before I call it a night. But, yeah, lots of snow. Lots and lots of snow. And lots of snow. And lots more. Later.